What's going on, everybody? Welcome to my very first MLB breakdown here on WinDailySports.com. I'm your host, Joe Biewer, and I'm going to be breaking down some of my favorite plays for this two-game MLB Opening Day Slate. Before we get into that, if you recognize my face from SharpSportsNetwork.com, I'm sure everybody has seen by now, Win Daily Sports has acquired Sharp Sports Network and all of its members, just making everybody one big happy family over here at Win Daily Sports. Going to be providing a ton of MLB content for everybody, as well as NFL content for the upcoming season. So stay tuned for that as well. Super excited to be a part of the team here. Really excited for opening day tomorrow to jump into this two-game slate we got over here. So let's jump into it here. Let's make some money, and let's get right into it. Two-game slate here, Yankees against the Nationals and Dodgers against the Giants. Obviously, the elephant in the room is that the Dodgers should absolutely destroy the Giants. But the Washington Yankees game has some weather issues potentially. So it looks like we might have some rain, and the Yankees are very slightly favored, minus 134 odds on the Yankees to win the game. Gerrit Cole making a Yankees debut going up against Max Scherzer. One thing I want to note here before we jump over to FanDuel later on is that the price discrepancy between Gerrit Cole and Max Scherzer is quite large, a little bit too large. We've seen Scherzer up in the 10K range quite a few times, and having him at an 8.6K price tag seems a little bit of a misprice to me. So to be able to fit all of the hitters that I want, because I think it's very important to make some stacks here, especially on these two-game slates, I really want to make sure that I can get enough Los Angeles Dodgers bats into the rotation. So I really want to lock in Clayton Kershaw first off. The Giants have been terrible hitting. We know that. They've been terrible hitting all last year, and I don't think that's going to be an issue this year. Clayton Kershaw on the mound at 7.7K just seems kind of disrespectful. I understand that Kershaw is not always – he kind of had a little bit of an off couple months at the tail end of the last season. So I think this is going to be a different turn of events. I think he's going to be very popular today. I think that I think he's probably going to be upwards in the 90% of ownership range for pitchers. And then I really want to roster Max Scherzer on Draftkings. I think Gerrit Cole at 10K is a little bit too expensive for me, especially with the pitchers that I'm trying to get in. The over-under on this game is 7.5, so I don't really expect too many runs to come from this game. Washington has acquired some hitters in the offseason, and Gerrit Cole has had his fair share of innings where he just completely explodes. So that's definitely a possibility here. I see Scherzer going way more low-owned than Cole. A lot of people are going to be trying to fit Gerrit Cole in, but the New York Yankees bats with the Dodgers is just pretty much impossible. And we all know that Johnny Cueto is coming back this year. I don't think he's going to be able to handle the Dodgers bats as well. So I think going with Max Scherzer, who we know has incredible stuff, super low ERA, throws a ton of strikeouts, which is key on DraftKings. Strikeouts are just worth so many points in baseball. So I really want to roster somebody who's going to give me that strikeout upside and potentially into the 25, 30-point upside range for pitchers. I think Kershaw, I have him averaged at about 7Ks and Scherzer at about 8 right now. Obviously, Gerrit Cole has the safer floor, I think, in this position. But I really think that Scherzer is going to be the guy to go for me today. At 10K, it just seems a little bit too pricey for Gerrit Cole for me. So Kershaw and Scherzer is where I'm going to want to go for pitchers today. Like I said, I always have a rule for pitchers. Obviously, for the first couple of slates, I think that the pricing is going to be a little interesting for a lot of pitchers and batters. So I think it's going to be really important to take advantage of that for now, because we usually see these pitchers, all four of these guys, in the 9 to even 11K range. So never spend more than 21K on pitchers for me, total combined. So we're getting a hell of a savings here with pretty much 16K for two pitchers, two incredible pitchers. So let's go to the hitters here. I really want to take advantage of the Dodgers here. 5.1K for Cody Bellinger also seems really cheap. I know we've seen potential 5.6 to 8K on Cody Bellinger last year. Lefties in Dodger Stadium. He's been killing it in preseason. He hit a grand slam the other day. So I really like Cody Bellinger here today. I think that 5.1K is an okay price tag for me. I know the narrative of Mookie Betts joining the Dodgers and getting a big contract extension is going to be something big, but I really want to fade Mookie Betts today. I don't really like him too much righty on righty against Cueto. I would much rather have lefties. So for me, I like to get Seager in the lineup as well. Coming back from that surgery last year, not really playing at all. I think from the reports and scouting that has I've been talking about Seager, that he's just ready to play and that he's in incredible condition, and 4.4K is actually pretty cheap for somebody like Corey Seager. I think he is in an incredible spot, and I really like him as well. Depending on the way the lineup goes and who's hitting where, Jock Peterson typically leads off, but for $100 more, I'd rather have Max Muncy. I like Muncy a ton today. I think he makes a ton of sense as well in this lineup. He's typically hits typically 3. He might hit 5 now with Seager back in the lineup, which is completely fine with me, picking up any scraps that Cody Bellinger doesn't drive in. So for me, I really like a 3 stack of the Dodgers here with Kershaw at pitcher. And then I like the same over here with Washington. It's going to be really tough. You're going to have to kind of go for some lower tier plays. For me, Asdrubal Cabrera, somebody that I really want to target as a switch hitter. 3.9K for a second baseman seems really cheap, especially if he gets the start. I like him a ton as well. And then Starlin Castro as well. Just joined the Nationals. He's just been a consistent hitter. I really like Starlin Castro a ton. I think he makes a ton of sense as well. But the main focus here is getting a big Dodger stack. Typically, you can pay down for catcher in this scenario as well. For both teams, Gary Sanchez is going to be super expensive. Will Smith, anybody you can pay down for that makes sense will work for me. Because I would really like to try and get Juan Soto in there if you can. I think this is a spot where he just mashes Jarrett Cole. And getting him in there is going to be a little tough, especially for, these outfielders that are just priced up a ton. So maybe somebody like AJ Pollock if he plays, or Adam Eaton, who typically plays leadoff, lefty against Jarrett Cole. I don't hate him at all. I just really like the Washington LA stack today. I think it makes a ton of sense, and it's really easy to get a ton of studs in your lineup as well as 2 stud pitchers. But my targets today are definitely Cody Bellinger with the 2 pitchers and Corey Seager. Cody Bellinger and Seager are locks for me on this slate, 100%, as well as Scherzer and Kershaw. I think they just make the most sense. But if we're just talking batters, it has to be Seager and Bellinger in every one of your lineups, especially in cash games. And like I said, this might be a more GPP approach, but it's a 2-game slate, so everything is most likely going to be GPP orientated. So let's head over with that information to FanDuel, where things are a little bit different for me here on FanDuel. I do love Kershaw the most. Only one pitcher here. I love Kershaw more than anybody here. So for me, I will still want to lock in Corey Seager at 3.2K. It's just really weird to see him priced this low. I love Corey Seager, and I love Bellinger at 4.5. And where is Max Muncy? Love Max Muncy at 3.9. Leaves you at 2.6K left. You're going to have to pay down for catchers and utility spots. I don't see it being hard at all with players like Justin Turner at 3.1. Jock Peterson at 2.8K is really weird to me. Gavin Lux, if he draws a start, at 2.7. Adam Eaton at 2.6. And like I said, Asdrubal Cabrera at 2.5K, switch hitter, and Starlin Castro as well. I like him a ton. Getting these players into your lineup is not tough at all. To make the lineup work exactly how we did on Draftkings, you might have to tweak a little bit and kind of give up somebody, but I really think it works a ton. And the pitcher for me on FanDuel has definitely got to be Clayton Kershaw. I expect him to be really popular. The pricing for me, if between Scherzer and Cole, I would rather have Cole on FanDuel because the pricing is not as big as it is on Draftkings. But on Draftkings, I would rather have Scherzer over Cole. So with that being said, good luck to everybody on this slate. Thank you, everybody, for the warm welcome to Win Daily. I'm going to be doing breakdowns the rest of this week every day. I'm going to be back for this Friday primetime slate where it's going to be absolutely insane with the amount of edge that we're going to be able to bring to the table here at Win Daily. If you haven't already, comment down below with your favorite play on the slate, whether it's a pitcher or a hitter, who you think is going to hit a home run. As well, like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so you can stay up to date with all the breakdowns that I'm going to be bringing all day, every day, each week. It's going to be incredible. We're going to be throwing some live streams up as well to answer everybody's questions prior to lock. Good luck to everybody again. Appreciate all the support, and I will see you guys on Friday for another MLB breakdown. Peace.